Miranda Lund here, and I'm going to go through my Assure lesson plan for my copyright lesson. To start off, we need to analyze our learners. For our copyright lesson, we are working with Mrs. Stewart's reading class. The number of students in her class is 20, and they're 7th grade, which means that they're 12 to 13 years old. Current knowledge or prerequisite knowledge for this lesson: the students know how to research items online. Students know how to determine if a website has credible information, and students know common terminology such as URL. State the objectives. Students will be able to explain the use of copyright and why it is important to give creators proper credit for their work. Students will be able to distinguish differences between copyright, Creative Commons, and public domain. Students will be able to apply their knowledge of copyright rules while researching the internet. Now to select strategies and resources. The resources that I'm going to be using for technology will be a presenting computer, one that's connected to a projection machine, a Prezi presentation on copyright rules, and the students will need their own devices such as iPads or Chromebooks. The materials I will need: copyright scenarios, at least 7 scenarios prepared, collaborative whiteboards for each group of students, quick tips guide handout. We will also need the internet so the students can complete a Google form. The strategies that I will be using: presentation. This is the I do section of the lesson. I introduce the students to copyright and the rules. Group collaboration. Working as a team, the students need to identify if copyright rules have been followed and how to fix the scenarios where the rules were not followed. This would be considered the We Do Together section. And then finally, the exit ticket or the Google form. Students show their own individual understanding of the material in this You Do It Alone section before they leave the class. Next is utilize media, materials, and methods. What do I need to preview before the lesson? I just need to go over the copyright rules Prezi presentation again to make sure that it includes all the information that I would like. What things do I need to still prepare before the lesson? I need to prepare the Google form exit ticket, create the 7 scenarios for my group practice. I would probably make a PowerPoint of them so it's easy to display to the students, and create a quick tips reference guide for the students that they can add to their English notebooks and reference throughout their upcoming project, just to give them a reminder of what we covered in class today. Where is the learning taking place? Preparing the environment. The location will be in the library. The chairs need to be arranged around tables so the students can see the projection screen, but they can also work comfortably in groups. Backpacks can be left by the walls. The students will only need their Chromebook or iPad. The whiteboard and the dry erase marker will be provided by the teacher. And how do I plan to engage the students during the warm-up? I am going to have a discussion with the students about something that they created personally and what they're really proud of, and how they would feel if they were walking down the street and saw their creation being used or displayed by somebody else. How would that make them feel? Required learner participation and learner experience. So this kind of just breaks down the lesson plan itself to show you what the learner experience would be. We would first start with our warm-up. As I said, it'd be a discussion with the students of something they personally created and are really proud of, and how they would feel if they were walking down the street and saw their creation being used without their permission. This is a quick discussion, maybe 3 minutes or so. We then have the Prezi presentation, which will last roughly 10 minutes. Next is the group scenario activity. This is going to be about a 15-minute time slot. Students will work in teams of 3 and have a whiteboard to record their answers and thoughts. The teacher will present a scenario to the class of a student using information from the internet. The students need to identify if the students have followed copyright rules, and if they did not, how we could fix the scenario so the students do follow copyright rules. After each round, we will have at least 2 groups share their ideas, and the goal is to get through at least 3 to 5 scenarios. Like I said, to prepare 7 scenarios just in case. And then finally, at the end, we will have a Google form exit ticket. The exit ticket covers vocabulary used in the lesson and includes at least one scenario to ensure students understand how to apply copyright rules individually. Students will be evaluated on their understanding of copyright using a rubric.